The changing in administration has brought with it new hope, new ideas, and new opportunity. Northeastern Ohio faces many challenges in the coming years. Under our new leadership of Governor Strickland and Director Beasley, we can work together to tackle these issues. Governor Strickland has several guiding principles, and I'd like to share with you today these principles, and he'd like us all to embrace them. The first is never be outworked. The governor and the director raised concerns about ODOT's past as an administrative agency instead of a technical one. To help the department assume more of a technical role, the governor fulfilled his promise by making the director and most of the deputy directors professional engineers. This supports that decisions can be based on sound engineering judgment. Director Beasley continues his hard work by highlighting the need for a multimodal approach to transportation. He stated in front of the Senate Finance Committee that ODOT's transit budget has been cut by 60% since 2001. He asked senators to restore the governor's requested funding levels for transit. At $20.3 million, ODOT would be able to restore some of the funding that's been cut from $44 million in the year 2000. At ODOT District 12, we are reviewing all of our procedures and measures to ensure that we are minimizing our operating costs while still maintaining a high level of quality. We are comparing our costs to contractors and consultants to ensure that we are utilizing our allocated dollars appropriately. Second is share the burden of others and work towards the common goal. All state agencies will work within visible boundaries to provide a full comprehensive plan to make the state strong. For example, just last week, ODOT in conjunction with Ohio EPA announced a directive which allows CMAQ funds to be used to retrofit older diesel engines with new clean diesel technology. The Strickland-Fisher administration has embraced fix-it first and smart growth principles as strategies to redevelop our urban areas. Ohio should not be using taxpayers' dollars to promote unchecked sprawls or to encourage the abandonment of cities. Fix-it-first policies will allow us to, where appropriate, focus spending on repairs of existing roads, bridges, rails, and other infrastructure. And when new infrastructure is needed, smart growth policies will allow Ohio to direct investments towards those areas specifically designated by local jurisdictions. Governor Strickland has launched Advantage Ohio, which is a top-to-bottom review of all of our regulations to eliminate the contradictions and the obsolete rules. ODOT will work closely as partners with governmental agencies at all levels, including the counties and the local agencies, to ensure the effective utilization of our resources. The next is to uphold the sacred duty to tell the truth. As we all heard, financial challenges and fiscal reality that face Ohio, that it's not a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. There is belt tightening ahead, and it's not a pleasant thing to do, especially when we're all already dealing with shortfalls. So we need to face a choice. We can take the easy road, and we continue to divvy up the money as we have, making everybody mildly satisfied while nothing is actually accomplished. Or we can make some very tough choices. We can seek cuts and savings where possible, and then make meaningful investments which will lead to transformed Ohio. There are so many good projects in our area with limited amounts of funds. As a region, we need to prioritize our needs based on how we stimulate the state and the region's economy. As a region, we need to support these projects. We can't go out as several separate units with our own agendas. As a team, we need to work together and solve our financial problems. And of course, we need to celebrate the diversity of our state. It's time to believe in Ohio again and look towards our strengths for the jobs that we need. Ohio's state-of-the-art infrastructure, our roads, our rails, our broadband network, make our state a gateway through which companies can travel. 63% of U.S. manufacturers based in major population centers of the Northeast, the Midwest, and Canada lie within 600 miles of Ohio. To reach its full economic potential, Ohio must create conditions necessary to attract the distribution and the logistic industry to move the nation's goods using our ports, rails, and roads. The forecasted growth in freight shipment across Ohio cannot be accommodated by our current infrastructure. To be successful, we must also link our many air and water ports, expand our rail network, link local communities to major rail lines, and create seamless connections to port facilities and transportation hubs in nearby states and countries. More specifically, in ODOT, we are decentralized to allow the districts to make regional appropriate decisions, which means working closely with our MPO to ensure the strength of our region can be utilized to benefit the state. And of course, last but definitely not the least is bring respect and civility back to the government. Bringing respect back to the government begins with conversations we have each day at every level of our agency. New opportunities for collaboration are happening because we are taking the time to listen. The Interbelt Project is a good example of this. In just the last few months, we've had conversations at every level of government, from the mayor to the lieutenant governor to FHWA, as we try to reach a consensus about the final pieces of the project. We know that our answers won't always be the most popular, but they will be given in an open setting and only after thoughtful discussion. We know that no plan can turn around Ohio instantly, but the sooner we begin, the sooner we can begin moving in the right direction. All of these tasks cannot be accomplished alone. We need everyone's help to make this state the great state that we know all can be. Thank you.